We've all felt it, haven't we? That specific sting when the person who hurts you isn't just anyone, but someone you truly trusted. That kind of betrayal, that deep cut, it just leaves you wondering, why them?
Yeah.
God, why did this happen?
Yeah, it hits differently.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into that exact experience. We're drawing our insights from a really powerful article by Sophia Samuels. It's called Anger, Betrayal, and Deliverance in Psalm 3.
Okay.
And what's so compelling about it, I think, is how it lays out this framework for understanding these really profound experiences through what she calls 3 motions.
3 motions. Interesting.
Yeah, and it uses both ancient wisdom, from King David, and a very powerful modern testimony to kind of illustrate these points.
Got it. So our mission here really is to give you a kind of shortcut to understanding how to navigate these incredibly complex emotions. Anger, betrayal.
Right.
We'll explore the spiritual side of it all, and ultimately help you see maybe a path towards deliverance, towards renewed purpose.
Yeah.
Even if things around you don't change right away.
Exactly. It's like getting the core insights without having to read the whole thing distilled for you.
Precisely. The key nuggets.
Okay, let's jump into that first motion then. Anger. That raw cry of injustice. So let's set the scene. We've got King David, but he's not on his throne, all regal. He's on the run.
Right, a fugitive.
And here's the kicker, the real gut punch. He's not fleeing from some foreign army or, a rival king. He's running from his own son, Absalom.
Wow.
Who has led a full-blown rebellion against him.
Yeah.
Can you even grasp the weight of that? Your own flesh and blood plotting your downfall.
It's almost unimaginable, that intimate betrayal.
Yeah, it really hits home. And David's raw cry just bursts out in Psalm 3. He says, Lord, how are they increased that trouble me?
And what's so clear here is that David's anger, it's presented as a completely natural human response to injustice. I mean, think about it. He'd shown Absalom love, forgiveness, grace, and he gets this betrayal back. The article mentions he felt outnumbered physically, but also just overwhelmed emotionally.
That feeling. When you give everything you trust, you love, and it's thrown back in your face.
Exactly. But here's the crucial insight from the source, the really important part. David didn't hide his anger from God. He didn't stuff it down.
No, he brought it right into his prayer.
Right. Which suggests that maybe healing starts right there. When we bring all that raw, messy emotion straight to God, acknowledging it.
Not pretending it's not there. Facing it head on with God.
Okay, so if anger is that initial raw cry, then the second motion, betrayal, the attack on identity, that goes even deeper, doesn't it?
It does. It's about the wound beneath the anger.
So for David, it wasn't just soldiers chasing him, it was the whispers, the insidious comments like, God has left him, he's finished.
Oof, yeah.
Psalm 3 verse 2 captures that perfectly. Many say of my soul, there is no help for him in God.
And that really makes you think, doesn't it? For you listening.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt that? When people betray you, suddenly their voices, their opinions can feel louder than your own calling?
They start questioning your worth, maybe your ministry, your anointing, that sense of purpose God gave you. David, the celebrated king, is suddenly hearing these crushing doubts.
And amplified by people who should have been loyal.
Exactly. And the spiritual danger, the article points out, is that betrayal often feels like the devil's attempt to make you doubt what God already confirmed in your life.
Undermining your foundation.
Trying to sever that connection with God by making you focus on those negative voices, it becomes this internal battle over who you really are.
Which brings us perfectly to this modern day parallel. It's from the author herself, Sophia Samuels. Her own testimony. She says it. My testimony, when the betrayal hits the pulpit.
Okay, this sounds powerful.
It really is. She shares her journey.
Yeah.
After this big spiritual experience, she prayed for guidance, found a small church, and just poured herself into serving there for 20 years.
20 years, that's commitment.
Absolutely. Wore many hats, she says, really honored her pastors deeply, felt like home. But then, things shifted. She started noticing a specific doctrinal teaching, a particular belief system in the church. And she realized it didn't quite sit right with her understanding of the Bible or how the early church worked.
Okay, a point of conscience.
Exactly. And when she respectfully brought up her questions, things changed. Eventually, she was asked to sign this contract, affirming that specific doctrine.
Wow, pressure.
Yeah. And when she felt she couldn't sign it honestly, she was told, well, you can't be a leader here anymore. You have to step down.
After 20 years of service.
Can you imagine her reaction? She says, shocked, hurt, deeply disappointed, suddenly feeling like an outsider in the place that was her spiritual family.
That's devastating. So what happened next for her? Was there a turning point?
There was.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating how she describes it. After crying out, feeling all that pain and confusion, she says God gently turned the mirror toward her.
Turn the mirror?
Yeah. And what she saw was her own mistake. She realized she'd put her leaders on a pedestal, a place only God should occupy.
Okay. That misplaced elevation, that's a hard realization.
Incredibly hard. But she says that was the start of her healing. It's a huge lesson, isn't it? About where our ultimate trust really needs to be.
Absolutely. So did she heal from that? How did she move forward?
Well, from that moment of realization, she says the healing process really began. She talks about repenting, changing her focus, forgiving her former leaders, and praying for herself too.
Forgiveness, that's key.
And in doing that, she felt this huge release, not just from the hurt, but from the bitterness that could have so easily taken root.
That's freeing.
Yeah.
And what was the outcome? Did she walk away?
No, quite the opposite. She says, and I love this quote, she didn't walk away from God. She ran toward him even more.
Wow. So the betrayal actually pushed her closer.
It seems so. This incredibly painful season born out of betrayal actually deepened her prayer life, got her really rooted in the Bible, and then birthed something totally new.
Like what?
Her own ministry. She now teaches using animation, blogging, creative storytelling. It's like that verse, Genesis 50.20.
You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good.
Exactly. To accomplish what is now being done. It just feels like her story perfectly illustrates how God can take even that deep, painful betrayal and build something new and beautiful from it.
That is incredibly hopeful, using the broken pieces.
Yeah. Which leads us so well into the third motion, deliverance. But maybe not deliverance in the way we usually think about it. It's subtitled, The Shift in Perspective.
Okay.
And this is the real turning point in Psalm 3. It's verse 3. But you, O Lord, are a shield for me, my glory and the lifter of my head. That word, but, changes everything, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That but is huge. And this is so key. Deliverance, as the article explains it, doesn't always mean God just snaps his fingers and removes the problem, the difficult situation.
Right, not always an instant fix.
Instead, it often starts with God reminding us who he is in the middle of it. That's
Right.
where the shift begins.
So you're saying David's circumstances, they didn't instantly change. Absalom was still out there. The rebellion was still happening.
The threat was still very real.
But David's perspective changed. That internal view shifted first. He refocused.
Precisely.
And that seems to be the first critical step of deliverance here. Clarity, not necessarily escape.
Exactly right. It's that revelation, that reminder of God's unchanging character, even when everything else is chaos. God reminded David that he was.
What? What specifically?
Well, number one, a shield for him, even when the attacks felt so personal, so close.
Protection, okay.
Number two, his glory. Even when shame and humiliation were trying to creep in.
His worth wasn't in the circumstance.
Right. And third, the lifter of his head. Even when the world, the whispers, were telling him to hang it low, to be ashamed.
Wow. Shield, glory, lifter of my head. That's powerful.
It's a profound reminder that our identity, our worth, our hope.
Yeah.
It's not defined by our circumstances or by those who betray us. It's defined by who God is to us and in us.
And this connects right into that broader theme the article mentions, the bigger picture. From the cave to the calling.
It does, because it reinforces this whole idea that healing and deliverance often come in these motions, these stages, and it's so important not to rush the process.
Let each stage do its work.
Yeah, each motion reveals something vital. Anger shows us what's broken, what's unjust. Betrayal, that reveals what's been misplaced. Maybe our trust, our identity, like with Sophia.
Right, like putting people on that pedestal.
Exactly. But deliverance, that reveals who still holds your future. It's remembering that even in the deepest pain, God still has a plan. God is still in control.
And in Psalm 3, verse 5, it just captures that transformation so beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I laid me down and slept. I waked, for the Lord sustained me.
Peace amidst the storm. Rest even when the battle rages.
It's incredible.
It truly is, and it's such a powerful reassurance, I think, for anyone listening who might be going through betrayal or deep hurt right now. You will wake up again. You will rise again, because God still lifts heads. Even the ones that have been bowed down low by heartbreak. He's still the lifter.
So we've really journeyed through quite a bit here. That raw cry of anger, the deep wound of betrayal, cutting into identity, and then that profound shift into deliverance, into a new perspective. And we've seen through both King David's ancient struggle and Sophia Samuel's very modern testimony how powerful it is to bring those raw, honest emotions right to God.
Yeah.
And finding that healing, that deliverance, even when the external situation doesn't just magically disappear overnight.
Exactly. It's a process. And maybe here's a final provocative thought for you to chew on as you reflect on this deep dive. Just like David, your story doesn't end in the cave. It doesn't end with the betrayal. Deliverance, in some form, is already in motion. So maybe ask yourself, where might you be in these motions right now?
Yeah.
Anger, betrayal, starting to see that shift in perspective. And how might these insights, maybe from David, maybe from Sophia, help you embrace your process of healing and the new beginnings God might have for you no matter what you've faced?